go to questions for the two student athletes. Greg, please.
I was certain that game was going to go a little different, especially after yesterday and how hard we played and how well we played and how these guys were tied in together and ran into a buzzsaw. There's some teams in this league that have been playing at an extremely high level, teams that should be in the postseason and experience success in the postseason. Evansville, they're always just tougher than heck to play against. Marty's a hell of a coach. They've always done a great job, and this is a team built for this year. They've had two first-teamers back-to-back years, and the rest of their guys have continued to improve. They won a championship at the end of the last year, and I know that helped springboard them here. They've wanted more. Now they have a chance to get it tomorrow. That'll be a heck of a final. So commend those guys and wish Evansville and UNI the best. Two very outstanding teams. I'm just very, very fortunate and blessed to have been able to spend the time with these guys sitting next to me, and that's all I'm going to remember, and I'm going to cherish it. These are guys that mean a lot to me and have meant a lot to our program, and they're going to go on and do even greater things when they leave us, and Indiana State and our community owes a debt of gratitude to them.
Questions for Christian or Devontae, Todd?
Devontae, I'll start with you. Just talk about what Evansville was able to do to kind of break down the defense today and, get themselves going in a way that Illinois State wasn't able to do last night.
We did do a good job of frustrating them, and we allowed them to get to their spots. They got to their spots, and DJ got to his spots, and we got them in good foul trouble early, but the guys off the bench, they came in there and gave them a boost, and we didn't carry what we did last night, that intensity and that tenaciousness on the defensive end. We didn't carry it. It's a different type of team, just as talented as them, but a different type of team with different game scheme, and we didn't grasp it like we needed to today, and you see what happened.
On the right-hand side, gentlemen.
Christian, Coach Simmons called you one of the best shooters in the country. Can you just talk about their defensive scheme today?
I appreciate him lying to y'all, but I just think they wanted it a little more. They got a senior group that, when we started off, they were just now getting the feel of college basketball, and you kind of saw it. They were every year they would get it, and they even had close games with us when we had Odom and our senior group. So we knew when they were going to get this age that they were going to be a tough team to beat, and they've always been good on defense. I mean, I just think that they knew what they had ahead of them, and they came out and executed their game plan.
For both of you guys, just how frustrating was it? It looked like you were getting good looks, but they weren't falling, and what kind of level of frustration did that kind of add to the game today?
Devontae first, and then Christian. Thank you.
That's just the game of basketball. I mean, missed shots happen. People are going to miss shots, but that doesn't take away from what you got to do on the defensive end, and we allowed that to carry on. How bad we missed shots on the offensive end, we carried that onto the defensive end. And and you're going to lose games like that, and we lost games in the past like that. But it is a lesson to be learned, especially with it being led B. Scott next year. And I'm pretty sure he's going to be the one to let them know that you can't allow your offense to dictate your defense. So it's a lesson learned. And that's frustration. As it is, you got to find some good in that frustration.
Christian, same question.
What was the question? I'm looking at the stats. Oh, we couldn't make shots. Right. Just by looking at it, we were 6% from the three-point line. I mean, we got good shooters, and they were wide open, and we just couldn't make a shot. But like I told you yesterday, we can't allow our offense to dictate our defense. We still have to go down the other end and still guard. I think it was a time yesterday when we couldn't make a shot for a couple possessions, and then but Illinois State only cut it to the lead by like 1 or 2 points. So that's the name of the game. Regardless if you're making shots or not, you still have to go down the other end and try to frustrate the other team as well, so that the game ends up a dogfight and on the defensive end.
For both of you guys, what kind of legacy do you feel like you leave at Indiana State?
Devontae again, lead off.
I have no idea. All I try to do is play the game the right way, play it as hard as I can, and play for my city from back home. I don't really get into the legacy thing. I don't really know. I haven't really won so many championships. I went to a couple of NITs, but as long as I know I'm known as a good character guy and a guy that left it all on the floor, I'm pretty much happy with that. I don't really get into the the stats and all of those type of things. That doesn't really define me. I'm defined by my character on and off the court.
Christian, yeah, legacy.
I'm going a little different with on that one. I mean, both of us are 1,000-point scorers. We try to be leaders every day on the court for coach, and like you said, it's the same thing, just character. You go out and you're in a grocery store, and then you got a little kid that sees you, and that's the one thing I'm gonna miss. Just people out in the community that love you, that know you, that you don't even know them. You got people that's out there rooting for you that you don't even know, that are pulling for you every day. And I think that speaks volumes, that people are out there cheering for us that we don't know. So that's the one thing I'm gonna miss.
Christian, DJ talked about your guys' conversation after the game. Can you just talk a little bit about that and your guys' friendship?
I mean, it's been a battle for 4 years. I've guarded him every single time. I mean, he's a great player. Obviously, over 2,000 points in his career, Evansville leading scorer. That's my guy. Over the years we built a friendship, and it's gonna go on from here. I just wished him luck tomorrow. I said don't do all this today and not finish it tomorrow. So, I got him a little chip on his shoulder tomorrow. So I wish him all the best for tomorrow and his future.
Okay, gentlemen, thank you very much for your time. We'll dismiss you and stay with Coach Lansing for a little while longer. First question, Todd, go right ahead.
Greg, it looked like Evansville was able to drive baseline a little bit to break down the defense, reverse the ball. Of course, they hit shots, and that didn't hurt. But what were they able to do to kind of break the defense down a little bit early?
Like Devontae said, that speaks volumes of his basketball IQ. We're two really different teams. Yesterday, we were really trying to get in the gaps and take things away and make them have to shoot jump shots and score over us. Evansville's a different animal, and we kind of were acting like we were still guarding an Illinois State type of team. We just can't do that. These guys are relentless in their cutting and their screening. They do everything with a purpose. They move the basketball. They share the basketball, and they play with as good. The two teams tomorrow are just tremendous IQ basketball teams. Senior laden guys that can read defenses and do the right thing. We didn't offer much resistance. I didn't think yesterday we followed a game plan and played our tails off. Today we didn't follow the game plan near as well as we needed to. It just didn't give enough. But again, Evansville's very, very good, and they're a team that's built for this. And we at times were a tremendous team at the defensive end, and a pretty good team at the offensive end. But we're so inconsistent this year, and you saw that in the last 2 days.
It was also frustrating, though. It looked like you were getting what you wanted offensively, and it just didn't happen. I mean, that's obviously, you don't want offense to dictate defense, but when you're, missing that many, it's just hard.
Well, yeah, you've been around us all year, and we've let it do that way too much. You're not making shots, can't deflate your defense. You have to always be able to bring that with you, and I thought we were guilty of that today. And we did have good looks, but we shot. We didn't move it like we needed to. I thought yesterday we really did a good job of moving, and Evansville fights some catches and does some different things. But we took contested shots earlier in the possession, and against a very, very good team defense there like they have, we just can't do it.
Greg, is that kind of the nature of the team that's the underdog, why it's so tough to win in these tournaments? I mean, your game yesterday was so emotional for your guys. Tough to bounce back the next day.
There's a lot of young guys in there, that don't get it, and maybe they had so much fun yesterday and got to go into the lobby, and the fans are there and understand Evansville don't care about that. They're going to come in and punch you right in the face, and they're going to play every possession, and that's what our young guys learn. These guys, Christian and Devontae, have always been tremendous workers and tremendous leaders, but until you go through stuff like that, it's not always easy, and you can hear coaches can tell you this and that, but going through it's a little tougher. In our tenure, we've been in the semifinal 4 or 6 years. A lot of teams can't say that, but in a couple finals, won one and lost one to a good Wichita State team. But we don't want to settle. We don't want to settle. There's a lot we can learn from this year. And like I said, we showed our inconsistency in the last 2 days, and there could be a lot of reasons for it.
Yeah, you talked about the makeup of the team. What do you think is the biggest learning lesson that they take away from this season for some of the guys that will be back next year?
I think handling adversity within a game, as well as within stretches of the year. I've said it all along, and Todd, you know this, that they're great guys. I love being around them. I'm gonna miss the guys that we're losing this year, and they were hard workers, but so is everybody. Everybody's going to work hard, and your teams are going to work hard. That's what you do at this level. But when things didn't go well for us, and it could be missing shots, or it could be an individual not doing what he needs to do, we did not handle adversity as a unit, as a team. We weren't taught together as much as we need to be, and that's the biggest lesson I think these young guys can learn. They can learn a lot from the 3 seniors on how to work and how to conduct themselves on and off the court. But we also learned in tough times. You look at the teams that are at the top of this league, they handle adversity like it's nothing, like they expect it, and go to the next possession. So that's the biggest thing.
Over here on the right, Greg.
Coach, just going off that, I mean, obviously you're losing a great group of seniors, but the program trending upward. Can you talk specifically about Brenton?
Brenton has probably come as far as anybody I've ever coached, but also probably has that much more to gain and grow ahead of him. Our relationship is good. He has to be able to listen and to learn. Like yesterday, I thought he was really locked into he had 5 steals yesterday. I don't know if he's had that all year. He was locked into the game plan. He is one that's very guilty of his offense dictating his defense. And he's just a competitive, confident guy that thinks when he gets in his hands, he can get a bucket. It doesn't matter who he's guarding. But teams are trying to take him away, just like Devontae learned this year. So he's got to learn to beat teams with the pass. He didn't have any assists tonight. We'll get him shots. We're going to run stuff to get him shots. He's got to learn what a good shot is. Every shot he takes, he thinks is a good one, and the contested shots aren't. And then defensively, he's so gifted and tough and physical and quick. He could be a good defender. But that's a lot of mental, and that's a lot of concentration. He's coming, and he's got a long way to go. I'm happy to have him. He's got to screw loose, so do I. But he's a good player in this league. He accomplished something as a second-team All-League guy, freshman of the year last year, and I know he's going to be right in that gym tomorrow.
Okay, Greg. Thank you very